Even though Square Enix has yet to release any of the additional Final Fantasy XV content that was proposed towards the end of last year, they've now decided that they want to expand the Final Fantasy XV universe even further. And this decision, as well as some others that they've taken, means they have now committed to extending the planned content roadmap into 2019. Yes, you heard me correctly, 2019. The news comes via a fresh suite of interviews that Hajime Tabata and Takafumi Terada, Final Fantasy XV's director and game designer respectively, conducted with the Japanese media, specifically 4Gamer, Famitsu and Dengeki. In the interviews, Tabata explained that in a recent survey, the game's story only received on average 62.4% satisfaction, and he therefore wants to make sure that any new content they produce definitely does not disappoint in that regard. To achieve this, he has therefore decided to ease pressures relating to proposed deadlines, which now means that some of the content will arrive in 2019 as opposed to it all releasing in 2018 as they had previously planned. He also reiterated that the first piece of planned DLC in the roadmap is still expected to be Episode Ardyn, but he didn't want to go on record as to saying what would come after, although he did say that Episode Luna has been heavily requested. But whether or not that actually sees an Episode Luna materialise is another thing entirely. The main thing he wanted to stress with this DLC though is that it's not going to be about plugging gaps in the story anymore. Tabata feels that fans are no longer wanting them to take this approach, and instead he feels they would rather see further expansion to the Final Fantasy XV universe. He's now therefore referring to the next wave of DLC as an additional series in the Final Fantasy XV universe as opposed to additional content for the Final Fantasy XV base story. And on that note, Tabata also mentioned that they're even considering new developments outside of those planned DLC episodes with the hopes of expanding the universe even further and making it feel much more complete. This in itself, in my opinion, is all pretty astounding, and I'm sure you will all agree, especially considering how far Final Fantasy XV has come already since it released at the end of 2016. But that's not everything they announced here. Tabata also revealed that after his team started working on Episode Ardyn, he realised that they were so enthused and engaged that 3 additional DLC episodes just wouldn't be enough content, so they've now committed to delivering a 4th DLC episode. Again, we have absolutely no clue what this will actually be based around, but I'm pretty sure they will provide more information in due course. Outside of all this, well, we also have a few updates relating to the Final Fantasy XV Windows Edition. They've announced some of the mods that will be available at launch, including the option to make all NPCs either appear as cactuars or even Kenny Crow. They've also said that they've started to work on a tool that will allow players to create maps, quests and scenarios. Tabata also shared his expectations for sales of the Windows Edition, with Final Fantasy XV now exceeding 7 million copies shipped. He wants the Windows Edition to sell another 2 million, which then wouldn't place it too far behind that initial 10 million copies milestone they spoke about before the game launched. So how do you guys feel about all this? There's a lot to take in, but are you happy that they're choosing to be more relaxed about this DLC to ensure that they meet a higher standard? And how do you feel about them adding a 4th DLC episode to the roadmap? Let us know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this update, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. And if you enjoy our content in general, please consider supporting us on Patreon. You can find out more information at patreon.com/FFUnion. These awesome folks you're seeing here have taken the active decision to support us, and we are extremely grateful that they've done so. It would be great to see many more people join this list. Alright guys, this is Daryl signing out. I'll see you next time for more Final Fantasy videos.